Hi, welcome again to a Sunday Live. My name is Daryl, and we've got my good friend Simon here for a Sunday Live. Mass page SEO, domains, lead gen. It's all here under one roof. How you doing, Simon?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's all happening. I'm in my luxury office overlooking some city here at the moment, but yeah, I'm all good. How about yourself?
Good. I got a little video background as
Oh,
woman
somebody.
keeps walking by.
Yeah,
She keeps walking by. There's a guy over there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a
Very,
lot of
very
activity
funky.
here on a Sunday,
I can't
But
spare the bandwidth for that kind of fancy stuff. But
we,
yeah, no, all good. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of projects and new things and experiments. We've got a few things that we're going to talk about today, which hopefully people are going to find interesting. And as well as all that good stuff, I'm still on my TikTok journey, which I'm not ready to share with everyone just yet, but that will come to pass sooner or later as well. So yeah, just good to have a lot of stuff going on, really. So exciting.
Did you notice since you got on TikTok that it's not one of the top downloads anymore? It just started falling.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, because
there's
all the
I
dads are
was
on it. Yeah,
yeah, they're like
I
all the dads and grandpas are now
I
showing
think
up.
I,
So
I single-handedly downplayed the whole share price when they found that I was on it. Yeah, but
that's
no,
yeah.
I'm telling you, a lot of business owners are using it to promote their own business, and I've seen all sorts of people, mortgages, financial advisors. Obviously, there's coaches, affiliate marketing people. It's very interesting. I'm just saying that, but no big results to share just yet. But I have lots of chats with people, and it's interesting. Organic traffic. It's one of the few places you can still get it on social media. It's an interesting place to be. Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah. So we want to say hi to a few people stopping in. Rod, thank
Hey,
you
Rod.
for saying
Good
hi.
to
We
see
love
you.
your
How you
comments.
doing?
Everybody, just do
Yep.
your little check in. It's always nice to know that you're there.
Say
Later on
hello.
today in the program, we will be giving away a domain from my domain collection. So I'll go ahead and show you the four that are up for grabs today. 3 hour design. I'll tell you the reason I bought
Mm.
that was I wanted to build out websites with a 3 hour live session with the customer. And so I haven't had the time to do that. But the idea behind this is you do all of the work and then you customize the site for 3 hours with the person afterwards with
Hmm.
your page builder or whatever to kind of fill it out. So I thought that was a good idea. So I also have 3HR design as well. So you get both if you
Mm.
pick that up today. Logofuse.com is a brandable around the
Mm.
idea of logos. Purseware.com could be a great e-commerce site for a thing that isn't always a name brand. So you can always kind of get into the e-commerce of that if you're doing the AliExpress kind of route, things like, doing your own
Mm.
private label stuff,
Yeah.
purseware.com, and then shirts logo.com, which would be great for a print on
Yeah.
demand type of business as well. So those are some of the domains that you can win in sort of an interesting, combination of digital marketing / e-commerce that we'll be giving away later on today. I've been readjusting some of my pricing and getting some activity on my current price plan. What I would like to do is have a course on what my strategy is for passively selling my domains, and kind of show you behind the veil of different things. So I'm looking to put that together. So if you want to message me at daryl.chat and let me know you're interested, I'll go ahead and put you on the list to alert you when I do a talk about domain sales, because there's been a lot of requests for that inside of the
Mm.
school group and things like that directly with me. So, yeah, so that's that. You got some exciting things to talk about. Just kind of if we could do it at a high level.
Yeah,
What you're
yeah,
going to talk
we're
about?
going to be. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work on Menterprise recently, and I think in previous shows I talked about the new feature on Menterprise where you can add a Webflow template design onto a Menterprise campaign. And I've finished that just in the last week or so, and I've put it live, and I've actually got some results to share with people. So it's going to be kind of interesting just to show what it looks like and what I've done, and also what I've been seeing so far. So yeah, I'll be talking about that later in the hour. And yeah, and obviously just anything else that we want to talk about on the stuff that you were working on with ImagFly and all the rest of it.
Yeah, so I'll be showing a couple things. I'll show you ImagFly in an actual mass page website, so you can kind of take a look at that. We'll show you the website as it is right now. I think that you can sign up for an account, but Simon was having trouble logging into the account, so we'll talk about that. I have a message into my developers today, so we'll see what happens. But I think
You've
you
got
can
a
at
demo
least,
though. You can
I
show what
can
it looks
demo it
like. So
and
yeah,
show everything. So we'll show you where it's at today.
yeah. We've got a few more
Let's
shout
see.
outs to do here, actually.
Yeah,
So just
please.
keep up with those. So, Lucy, good to see you. Thanks for checking in. We've got a Facebook user saying evening, gents, but we don't know who you are unless you authorize yourself on Facebook. But great to see you all the same. Dana is with us. So good to see you, Dana.
Hey, Dana.
And CX3P, I'd already said hello to him, but hello again. Don, our good friend Don is with us. So great to see you, Don. CX3P is going to start selling some of their 250 plus domains, so maybe some bargains there to share, or Daryl might hoover them up. Have a chat with Daryl. That'd be good.
I'd love to look at the list. Yeah,
we've got Erdl in the house as well. Good to see you, Erdl. Hope you're keeping well. And people just saying hello. So yeah, it's great to have everyone checking in. There's James as well. Hello, James. Good to see you. Thanks for saying hello. So yeah, just got to keep up with that.
This is broadcasted onto LinkedIn, Twitch, Facebook, a couple of YouTube channels, and so it's all over
Twitter,
the place. So we appreciate your comments. They all come into one central location. So appreciate you guys joining us for another Sunday Live edition. So that's kind of the overlay of the overall program today. So some interesting sort of things with MassPage, MWB, Mass Website Builder. We're still doing some finishing touches and things like that. I've been trying to focus on one thing more directly. So ImagFly, we've been kind of like trying to get that up and running so that people can to sign up for that, because it is a part of the overall it's a part of the overall thing with MWB ecosystem.
Yeah, that's the word.
And the thing is even with Menterprise, as we were talking about earlier before this, is having the form and having like geoholics and things like that have some outputs that can be used with Menterprise or with MWB or with MassPage plugin. That's where our wheelhouse is, right? That's where we kind of fit. Is how does it that we can use the form? How can we use our spin text generation? How can we use our image optimization? How do we use all of these things to kind of give people an upper hand? And whatever tool is their favorite, right? Whatever tool is your favorite. Hopefully, we're hoping that Mass Website Builder is going to be your favorite, or Menterprise or MPP through the form. We're happy, whatever works for you, right? And the other thing is it's great because as a community, MassPage, even though I kind of have my tools, as a community, it's sort of like, how do we help you to grow your wealth in MassPage lead gen? Because to me, whether you're using MassPage for SEO purposes, you're using it for lead generation, you're using it for affiliate, it's really exciting, right? Because we're taking a thing that I started out doing back in the late 90s, and we're still finding ways that it can be used today without getting sort of, ripped to the floor with, Google. The whole idea is how do you build, to me today, I don't know what you think about, Simon, but how is it that you can build MassPage websites that are really readable, really consumable by the user, but also giving Google sort of the differentiation between the pages that allows them to rank? I think that that's where we're at today in 22, is, giving the user something, giving the search engine something, and the balance between the two. What are your thoughts on that on the high level?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think it's got to be sustainable, because we know with great power comes responsibility, and we know we can put out tens of thousands of pages very quickly, and we know that those can be de-indexed or ignored pretty quickly. We know Google's getting smarter and less tolerant of this sort of stuff, so I guess we've got to be smarter as well. So yeah, I think unless it brings some value for the user, helps people, and is Google friendly, it's not going to work. So yeah, hopefully some of the stuff I'm talking about tonight will be along that kind of line. So I've got a few thoughts to share, but yeah, and I agree. It's got to be sustainable, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have talked about the power of the user signals back to
Mm,
Google. It's
mm,
sort of that third rail. You got the fact that Google needs to have the content on the page, the on page. You have to have some off page existence, but that third rail of the user experience seems to be leading the way because I think that the algorithm is looking at the data from all three areas, and I think that I don't know about you, but I kind of think that the power of the signals from the user, the lower bounce rates, the more engagement to the site and things like that, which some people game through click through rate manipulations and things like that. But even if you have a web page that just is so attractive and so easy to use and so easy to engage in, you get those signals very naturally, and that's why I've seen for the number of years, probably 10 plus years, with just on page alone and really
mm,
focusing on engagement and conversion, then you can actually do really, really well in the search engines because the off page just naturally happens.
yeah.
I think that that's sort of the tail end of the whole process is, how is it that you have user signals, great content, and then in the end, that the backlog of affirmations from backlinks and things like that. You know,
Mm,
I would say like 15 years ago, you actually had to kind of make the backlinks that you
mm,
wanted. Now, backlinks are kind of made for you. You
mm,
know, there's so many people that are scooping up websites, rephrasing them, or just like kind of resorting them. And so you're getting all these kinds of backlinks from these sites that are saying, oh, well, here's an analysis of this site, or hey, this is that profile and it connects to here. And there's like so many different ways that we just automatically, if we get indexed, start to get some backlinks that kind of just naturally start to come in. They're not great. They're not really based on your topic per se, but they could be if your communication on your page was very, very good. People would highlight you. Some author or some Medium article
mm.
could say, hey, look at this, this is a great place, a great resource. I've had that happen on a number of sites, and sometimes it can make a big difference to have a magazine or a book or an author or
Mm.
somebody say, hey, look at this website over here, right? It's
Yeah,
totally
sure.
organic, it just happens nicely. So it's worth it to have some strong content. So yeah. Awesome. So
Sounds
how are
good.
we doing as far as your slides? Are they ready? Or are you going to have to
Yeah, we can
start
do the
them? Are you going to
slides.
start
Yeah, as
making
long
them
as you
now
don't
like
make any
me?
last minute changes or try to throw me off course. Yeah, I can share them. Yeah, add to the stream. There we go. Okay. So can you see this? Can you see this?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
So look, I guess just continues a little bit of a theme, looking at Menterprise and setting up a local mass page campaign. And I think I can't remember if it was last week or the week before, talked a little bit about jrop.com, which is a mass page site. It's got hundreds of thousands of pages and was ranking exceptionally well on the towing niche, and had taken a little bit of inspirational something was there. It was actually what some people might think was kind of over optimized from a local location keyword point of view, but it certainly seemed to be working, and tons of duplicate content. So it was interesting. And I'd seen that Menterprise had this new design template. You can take a Webflow template and then overlay it onto
Right.
Menterprise. Menterprise normally looks like a blog, but you can actually turn it into a landing page. So I've been doing a bit of work with us in the background. Actually, I had a web designer put something together for me, and I've been talking about it in my coaching group as well. So some of this will be not new to people, but this is just I've got some results actually hot off the press. So here's a local mass page campaign set up on Menterprise, and I'll be able to share the URL and get into a bit of detail. But the big question we're all asking is, and this is one for you, Daryl, is mass page just a load of rubbish for local SEO? Now that's maybe a controversial question, but you'll see why I'm talking about that just in a second. It'll be a little bit facetious. But what I've been doing is looking at the skip hire niche. So a skip hire is one of these in the UK. I think it might be called a dumpster in America, or builder's skip or
Yes.
something. But yeah, so in the UK, there's actually over 1 million searches a month on this. It's actually a pretty massive category, and relatively high volume. It's not
It,
it's not $10.
you guys are a little bit more trashy over there than we are, so that's probably
I don't
why.
know. I saw you in New York recently. I wouldn't agree with that. Yeah, but anyway. So look, here's the question. So look, this is what it is. So the domain is skiphiregb.co.uk, and I actually bought this off expireddomains.net for $10 or whatever. I bought it off Namecheap, but I found it on expired domains. It's got a MOSDA of 8, so not massive, but it's not, nothing. It's got 26 backlinks. Some of them are relevant to the niche. I think it was used a number of years ago as a lead gen site, but it's not been abused. It's not got any weird backlinks, CBD or gambling or anything like that on it. So it was pretty clean from that point of view. So it was a nice start without me having to pay $100 for an ODYS sort of age domain. It was just one that had dropped and been deleted. Skip Hire niche, as I said, 1 million searches, more than 4,000 individual keywords to go at. And as you'd expect, the keywords are very location heavy. So it's the local SEO campaign. Now, what I put together is a campaign with 12,000 pages, which are all have unique headings and unique information in it, which was great. And I'm going to show you the design in a second. I use a Webflow design, which I had made for me. I'm using some new tactics on my Menterprise campaign here. So I'm actually putting everything on a single domain. I'm not using any subdomains. I've tried to make this look, from my perspective, as much like a normal website with just on the root domain. And I published a campaign on the 19th of April, so just less than 2 weeks ago, and I actually got my first commission from a lead that I'd sent on to a lead gen site today. So I've got something coming through, and that's within 2 weeks. So I'm pretty optimistic this is going to be a good campaign for me. So wanted to share that with you guys. So any questions at this point, Daryl? I'll can keep just chunking through
I'm voting for it's not rubbish.
It's not rubbish. Yeah.
I think MassPage is working.
Rubbish,
so
so this is good. This is a good start. Yeah, but I thought I just couldn't resist that. But so let's look at this a little bit more. So what I've done is, and this is one of the things that you can do with Menterprise, in my opinion, much more easily than some of the other platforms I'm using at the moment. And what I've got here on the left-hand side is loads of different variations. So I had 12, 13 different variations, all the different sizes of skips, and then things like a midi skip, a mini skip, a builder skip. I could have added more in, but I went for those. And then I chose the top 1,000 towns in the UK. Now, actually, there's 49,000 towns, villages, and hamlets in the UK. I could put them more in, but I've gone for that for now, but I might extend it. But what I'm getting here is a nice amount of variation, because obviously when I'm going up against competitors in this niche, people are generally going to have Skip Hire Bristol, and they've built a page out. Much less likely they've got 8-yard Skip Hire, and much less likely if we get into the 1,000 towns, they're going to have 8-yard Skip Hire in some small town in the borders of Scotland and England, for example. So it's a way for me to capture a lot of those long tail keywords. It's perfect as a mass page campaign. So that's what I put together, and that's why I had 12 variations, 1,000 towns, 12,000 unique pages, and then I'm going to show them in a second. So here's some initial results. Now, this is literally 19th of April was when the campaign was published, so it was completely blank until then. That says the 22nd, but what you're seeing here is impressions. So this is when you're just starting to rank a site, I'm not getting clicks really yet, but what I'm getting is impressions. And if I look at these impressions, what I can see is, it doesn't show on this summary, but I've got 342 different keywords already showing in Google Search Console within 2 weeks, and it's just exactly the sort of keywords that I want to be ranking on: Skip Hire Burgess Hill, Skip Hire Southampton, Skip Hire Hemel Hempstead. Now, some of these ones, not these ones here, but something like a town in the UK is going to have a Skip Hire town, and it's going to have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 searches a month. So these are high value, high competition keywords, and I'm getting some impressions. So 53 impressions, 30, 31. But what it's showing is this is getting picked up. It's only 2 weeks. Obviously, SEO, you want to wait 6 months, 9 months. So this is a long haul. But I thought it was quite nice to be able to see it getting picked up for exactly the keywords I want. And here's one here, 6-yard Skip Hire. So that actually shows that people are searching for 6-yard Skip Hire in Chelmsford. It's had some impressions, and that's very heartening. Even Skip Hire prices near me, it's been picked up on. So that's a good start. So let me just show you the site here. So can you still see this, Daryl?
Yes, I can. Yep.
So we're in a place. The town is called Sale. Actually, not probably a good example. It's going to look like it's Sale. Let's choose Hoyland. There we go. So there's the town. There's the size of the skip, and it's a very simple design. I'm not a web designer. I had somebody help me with this, and it's meant to be a simple landing page I could use for other niches as well. Obviously, I'm getting in the location and keyword there. I've got the size and the location there, and I put it through here. I'm just using the same images here because it needs to just cover a generic skip, but I could change it around. So I'm using, lots of different variations here: prices, budget, cheap. Now you probably look at this and you look at it yourself at skiphigb.co.uk. It's actually very over optimized. You'd probably look at it normally because it uses Hoyland and the size of the skip like everywhere. And I'm taking inspiration here from JROP because they absolutely hammer they hammer these headings, and that's what I've done. So let's see what happens. But I use it all the way through. But I've got quite a lot of variety as well. So whilst I do use the location, there's quite a lot of different words in here. If I check on my word count for the page, I've got 1,500 words, which I think is a good number for this kind of thing. It's going to be more than the average. I've got some reviews, which are just, I guess, generic reviews, but I've even got Hoyland in there, Hoyland business owner. Oh, little typo there. I should have the ampersand in there, but I'll fix that. Nice thing is, because it's Webflow, I can actually, even though I've published a campaign, I can update the design, overlay it again, and it doesn't break anything, which is really cool. And then what I do, and I always do this, is put a load more content in the accordions. And if you're a Menterprise user, you'll be going, well, this is great. Where's all the Menterprise content? It's in here. Yeah. So I've put all the spun Menterprise content here. Now this doesn't talk about Hoyland. It talks about Gloucester and has other stuff that Menterprise has scraped off the top rankings for these keywords. And that's fine, because it's, there's 10 different articles here. They're all spun, so I'm going to get a lot of variation. I'm still using Hoyland in the headings, and then from a user point of view, nobody needs to see it. So whilst it's not the most, there's not as many images in as a regular site, I have actually had somebody just today click getting a free quote and go through to the campaign, and I've got my commission for my lead on Skip Hire, and that's within 2 weeks. So I'm pretty optimistic that this is going to work. And whilst it does look a little bit over optimized, and I think one of the nice things about this is, compared to a regular blog, so if you look at what a regular blog on Menterprise looks like, here's another one of my demo sites here. It's a wedding campaign here. But this one looks like a blog, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not like a local landing page. So my view is this might be very suitable for certain campaigns, but if you're going to Skip Hire, my suggestion would be you're much more likely to expect this kind of a site to pop up, and then when you click on get a quote, it sends it through to the campaign. It's on bark.com, which is a lead gen site. And people just fill in the details. So they've got commercial promises. It's garden wastes. They want 6 bin bags to go in, or 6 sizes of skip. They'll need it this week. They fill in the details, and that goes through to people who bid on the leads, and then I get a small commission if they buy it. So that was just how I have not hooked up with anybody, but that's how I did it. So that's that so far, really. So that was just to share where I've got to so far on that, and the ability to use these Webflow templates, and in my opinion, make it look like quite a nice kind of site. And obviously, it's all focused on conversion, so every button just goes to that campaign. And I think I can use this in other things. But so, I mean, you've seen this recently, Daryl. I don't know what you think of this, what I've done here.
Well, I not a lot. No, it isn't rubbish. I think that the proof is that you're getting that upward trend, right? With the impressions. That's really super impressive to me. Because that is empirical. That's not like some third party that's missing some of your traffic.
Search Console.
That's as legit as it gets. And the thing is with Menterprise, like, I think if we put our heads together, we can find ways in which this could be very, very scaled, so that you can rinse and repeat using the form's ability to create nearby locations, and then create the variables and things like that you need inside the code to make this happen, like, very, very easily. So I'm excited. I'm ecstatic, actually, that you were able to pull this off and make these web page looking web pages,
Yeah. I mean, there's not clicks yet. I mean, obviously somebody's clicked on it because I've got paid a commission, but the fact that it's already getting picked up on this, and I've actually gone through these and I can see them ranking. Now, some of them are ranking on. I found one on a couple on page 1, and then some of these ones here, which are bigger areas, I found them on 5 or 6. But even the fact this is within 2 weeks, this is like there was nothing on the site 2 weeks ago. Within 2 weeks, I'm already getting picked up on this, so I'm optimistic this is going to head in the right direction. But I'll let you know. And obviously, I've shared the domain so people can have a look around themselves and take a view. But I wanted to build this because I want to share it with clients. I want to share it with obviously people in the coaching group. I want to do it as a test, and I thought it was nice just to have a kind of standalone domain I could play around with and see what happens. But so far, so good. So that's my kind of stats on it so far.
Absolutely love it. How about some comments in there? If you're watching, what did you think of that demo that Simon just made with Menterprise content and making like web pages that look like real websites? If you want to go to go.ht/ment, MENT for Menterprise, it supports the show. You also get access to my mastermind that we do every month. We also have the recording. So if you jump on board, you can actually see the previous recordings. We haven't touched on this topic in the Menterprise masterminds yet.
This is brand new. Yeah.
Because this is brand new. So you kind of got an early glimpse of what this could be for you with the Webflow stuff. And I think the same thing we're going to be able to do with Mass Website Builder to be able to take Webflow content and put it into there as well. So some really exciting things for this year for Mass Page. Some things that have never been done before is sort of becoming a thing. Now, did you send some of these comments up here?
I'm just looking at them now. Yeah.
Stephen Cruz says they look really good.
Yeah,
that's really good results for a period of time.
Yeah, it's early days. It might change. It might be over optimized. Google might not like it, but so far so good. So what method did I use to generate the commission? So I use something called bark.com, which is a lead generation site in the UK and the US. You can sign up and get paid it's a modest commission, but the nice thing about that is you don't have to sign anybody up. You just send the leads to Bark and they pay you if people make an inquiry and fill out that form, and you don't deal with the skip hire company. If I was starting to get a lot of volume through, I think I'd be inclined to go to probably another lead generation company or a nationwide skip company and try and do a deal and sell the leads to them directly. But for ease of use and just playing around, it's something I can put straight on, and that's what I did.
Yeah, that's really cool. We have, let's see, another one from James here. Do you think that it's your content or Menterprise content that's attracting those impressions? I think it's the structure.
It's the headings. It's the headings and it's laser focused on that local keyword. So mini skip hire in London. There won't be much competition on that. Maybe London there will be, but when you go across those 1,000 towns, and remember we're dealing with over 1 million searches a month in the UK alone on this niche. Yeah, so you're going to get a lot of those location long tail keywords are going to come in, and I think the Menterprise content is fine, but I've got 800 words of Menterprise content at the bottom, and I've got 700 or 800 words of content I've written, which is duplicate. But as we know from jrob.com, we know Google's fine with duplicate content when it's all on one domain. It's not cross-domain. Then it obviously sees it as a problem being on another site. But consistency on the site, I think it's laser focused on those particular things. It meets a search intent. I think it likes it so far. But 2 weeks in, but I literally just got a commission alert just a few hours ago. So I thought, that's pretty interesting. Let's see how we go.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right. Any other comments? Let's see. Pretty impressive. +1 for Menterprise. Absolutely. Yeah. And I think the biggest takeaway I think is that over optimization has been something people have been afraid of, and I think that there's a certain kind of over optimization that may be working, and just kind of following somebody that may have sort of figured it out by checking for this tow truck lead gen. you were able to find, okay, wow, let's take a look at that. So that's
yeah,
interesting.
it's more aggressive than I would do normally, and we'll see. It's got to be sustainable,
Yeah.
so we'll have to see that. But I mean, Steve Cruz
Yeah.
just saying the landing pages look really good. I mean, Steve and I have spoken a lot actually about Menterprise and how to try and change it. I know Steve was adding in phone numbers and trying to add buttons, and we talked about different ways of doing it. But obviously, what you're doing here is you're replacing the entire page design. You're taking everything away, putting it into the content below, and you can create those landing pages. So you could really do this for a client, a brand, you know, other lead gen sort of brand you create on your own. I think it's really interesting, and I think the feature's only been out a month or two, a couple of months, so I don't think people have started really using it fully yet. So this is as a non-web designer, this is my kind of first stab at it. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased so far, and we'll have to see how it goes. And nice thing is I can reuse that design for other Menterprise campaigns. Now I could rework it and have one about plumbing or locksmiths or dog walking or whatever I want to do. I can alter it, which is pretty cool.
That's really neat. Yeah. I'm working on something here to try to test something else, but of course I've got myself out of time, so I won't be able to actually show this particular one. But yeah, so cool. I could pull up that screen that I have, and we can start to move on to the other topic. But Simon, thank you so much for the share.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, happy to.
Yeah, there's some, in the last edition of Sunday Live, we dropped a few nuggets. There were some good nuggets in what you just were talking about. If somebody is paying attention to it, I think that's the thing about this, is sometimes you just got to be paying attention. And and
if people want to learn more about this stuff, we spend every Monday night 8 o'clock UK time in my coaching group talking about it. We run tests and we share ideas, and I go into a little bit more detail on the stats with people there too. So if you want to join that and talk about mass page and SEO, please join my group. Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah,
always like to at least one plug a week, Daryl. Just keep that
one plug a week. Okay, all right. So great. So thank you guys. We are going to now shift to what I'm going to share here, which is showing an ImagFly image with spin text and with MPP variables onto a page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge this page here if I can. Let's see if I can enlarge this so you can kind of see it. Hold on a second. Maybe I can't. Let's see. How do I can? There we go. All right. Here we go. So this is this was created by the forum as far as this web page goes a while ago. And I want to show you, here's an ImagFly image, and I'll show you ImagFly in a minute, but this is a watermark here, the eagle up here at the top, that's from our logo. This is a background image that was uploaded. And then here are variables, okay, on this image, all right? So you have the location is New York City, you have the state, which is New York, and then you have some random color and spin text here. So if we go into East Orange, you'll see that this will change the image. Just taking a second because I do have some JavaScript on here I didn't take care of. All right, so now you have East Orange, New Jersey, and the color came up as yellow. Now if we go to Yonkers, and this is not an overlay, this is the actual image, all right? And it has IPTC data as well, all right? So here it is, Yonkers, New York, blue. Now it's taken that spin text. So if we were to look at this image here inside of Elementor, you'll see the URL string, okay, that allows for this spin text to occur and to allow any kind of manipulation of the image on the fly. That's what ImagFly does. All right, so if you take a look here, you can see right in here, it says text equals location. This is the variable location. There's a %20 that is for a space, and then there is region. And then if you take a look, this is another way of saying space, and then some sort of a squiggle bracket for the spin text. And that was created inside the campaign, inside a ImagFly. Okay, so it's all in there, all the data. Now, if I wanted to change this image around, let me just see if I can reduce the page a little bit here. For example, I could change the font family. If I knew what the code was for the font family, I could change it right here. If I want to change the text size, let's say I want to make this 55 and delete that. And I just go ahead and hit update. Now, when I look at the page, it is dynamically generating a 55 pixel image instead. So if you can kind of get creative, you can see where this is going to be able to go is you'll be able to kind of really control things dynamically, because you can use spin text in there. You can change the size of the image. You can do a whole lot of things with these images. And it also has IPTC data. So if I go into, like, we're going to go to Elizabeth, New Jersey, and you'll see right here, it's Elizabeth, New Jersey, and then we pulled up the color green, right? That's the random thing. So if I go ahead and hit save this image, we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at it inside of Jeffrey's tool here. This is Jeffrey's metadata tool. And let's see if I go to, whoops, I had it there for a second. So here it is. I'm going to upload this. And we'll see now it says Elizabeth, New Jersey, yellow, right? And you have in here the IPTC data that was put into the campaign. Okay. So what's so cool about this is we'll be able to mass create these for the campaign with all of your data in here. So you'll be able to have, let's say, an Elizabeth, New Jersey metadata, all right, and an image that is about Elizabeth, New Jersey, and it can have your logo on it, right? And it can have, rotation of these, because you can obviously do each of these in spin text as well, each of these images. So you can have a different image for different, different pages. So it could give the variety if you want to, right? You can do all of that. So you'll be able to also have EXIF data. These are things that we'll be putting in here. So you can set, location and have all these different locations around it. So when we go back to the campaign, hopefully you guys can follow this, is we can set in this campaign. So this is ImagFly on the inside. We can set in here the IPTC data right here. And each one of these fields allows for spin text. So if you put in, if you want to have like different authors, you can have that variety on here. If you want to have different companies, you can put a whole bunch of companies in here and have them spin in different states, cities, all of this kind of stuff. And then you can do the same thing for the description, and that will go ahead and change on each image that you do. All right. So you'll be able to do a whole lot of stuff with it. But the other thing is you'll have these integrations. So for example, if you want to use our API to create images via Zapier, right, and some other sort of CRM or something like that, or an email program, you'll be able to do the same thing where you can say, hello, Simon, blah, blah, blah,
Hello, Daryl.
Yes, exactly. And so you could actually put like a package in there, or what you're trying to sell to them, right? You have all these kinds of flexibility to kind of customize the images. You can use it for support channels. So if you're using like Crisp, or you're using Intercom or something like that, and you want to send like a little thank you afterwards, you can have a little thank you that merges in the person's name, and tell them thanks for checking this out or whatever, right? So there's a ton of different things that we'll be able to do. This will be very much a developer's tool, because we're building it for use. That a lot of what it can be done is through integration. So Zapier, Integromat, Google Sheets, all of this kind of stuff, we'll be able to use ImagFly and just be able to take a whole column of data and then switch and create images on the fly that can be saved or repurposed or sent out or whatever like that. So you guys following that so far? Does that make sense?
Yeah, this looks mega to me. I mean, I think you've got all bases covered, haven't you? I mean, you put an EXIF data in, you overlaying text on the front of it. You're controlling the size of the images, the name. I think it's fantastic. The fact you can also put it into, I mean, obviously your demo was on Magic Page plugin, but I'm assuming, I believe you can use this on Menterprise and just about anything else as well. So it's going to be pretty exciting to see what happens when you drop them into other sites. But it must also help with conversion as well, because you've got the text, which could be all about the search intent and that right over the image. You know, it basically becomes like an advert, you know, which is fantastic. You know, you could get, I mean, I know you've got like an AI thing on the back there, but you could have a nice plumber logo and even have it, you could actually create the design where it would actually show the text over like a white piece of paper or something, and make it look like it was just all in one part of the design. I think there's lots of potential for this. I think it's great.
Yeah, we're working on the performance to make it better and better, but these are, cloud distributed, so that it's one of those things where they'll be under the, what do you call it, Cloudflare and things like that, so it'll be even faster. But yeah, here's an image, bang, on demand, Mount Vernon, and now if you download this, it's a Mount Vernon image, right? And the fact that you can change the font, like if you know what the name of the font is, you could change it. So different pages, you could have all of the fonts in there and just rotate and spin text all of the font names, right? And you could have various fonts. So it'll change on each one, right? There's so many different things you can do with this. And because we're building a WordPress plugin and things like that, it will be really great because like your OG file for your shares,
your social previews, yeah, like your Twitter and your Facebook, yeah,
all of that can be created on the fly with this, right? So you can actually take all the data from the page and make a preview, and like a really nice thing that you can control, and then have that in there, so you can make some pages for your social sharing, so it looks right.
And these these images, I mean, this style of image, I mean, they use it on JROP, and they have the image text printed over, and it's unique per page. And we don't know for sure whether it's created dynamically. It might be actually manual. I mean, that whole site could be manual. And the idea that you've been able to create this thing that's sort of automated and getting an A on GT metrics is
So here's the GT metrics for that. This is with the ImagFly, and this is getting an A. So. And 98.
Not bad.
Yeah, on Pingdom as well. So these are the possibilities are endless. That's the thing is we want to give a really big advantage to everybody. You'll be able to now, if I go into the website here, imagefly.com is the website. You can kind of see the basics that what we're working on here. So you've kind of seen what you've got, the full control. You've got the spin text inside the image. You've got the ability to change the compression by way of the URL string. You can add blur, all of that kind of stuff. But eventually you'll be able to have your own custom domains, EXIF data. We'll have a WordPress plugin. There's all these ImagFly integrations that'll be coming up. Such as Google Sheets, Zapier, and a whole lot of other places. So, we will have like an official launch and things like that, but I just want to kind of show you that this is kind of how it's getting started here, is that you'll have these things, and it'll start at like $25 per month for access. You'll get the unlimited campaigns. You'll be able to process them unlimitedly. You can change the metadata as much as you want with that. You can do the integrations as much as you want, and you can do the spin text on the images. The only thing that's going to change is the number of images and the bandwidth, and then you can kind of set that. So it starts off with like 10 gigabytes of bandwidth, and I think it's like 50 images, and then you kind of can adjust it from there. So that's where this is going, and then that'll change your monthly price based on what you agreed to do that. So, yeah. So people that
people are getting excited here, Daryl. So when the big question is, this all looks amazing, but when can people have it?
Well, the big question is if you go here right now and you sign up, you will get an account that you can kind of play around with, but you won't be able to pay for it. They won't last. It'll just be there for 7 days. So the images, I wouldn't use them in any kind of production capacity at all. It's just so you to give us
Kind of
some
testing,
feedback
isn't it?
and play
Testing
around.
stage, early
Testing.
stages.
That's all
Yeah,
it is
yeah,
right now.
testing.
So
Yeah, not don't use it on a development client or client site.
right.
It's just for testing for now. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's early. This is early stage. You guys would be a part of the very early stages of this, but this is the kind of thing that will really transcend our mass page community. This is the kind of software that developers around the world will want to use. Social media people want to use. People that are building ads for PPC will want to use. So there's a ton of use cases for ImagFly, and because there's never before components to it that have never been done before online. So I'm pretty excited about where this could go. So if you guys want to be a part of this, sign up on here for free. It'll ask you for the credit card after 7 days if you want to continue on. And by 7 days, we'll have things kind of lined up for you. But feel free to sign up for it. You may have a problem like forget password and things like that. Like they're not all finished yet, all of these little things. So like I said, it's super early, like alpha stage. It's not really even fully beta at this point. So have fun with it. And that's where we are at. And
Sounds great. So James is asking a question here. What is EXIF data and why should I want it?
well, with the way we look at, we want to have both EXIF and IPTC data.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're just basically the same kind of thing, but the EXIF we're going to use for geo tagging. So we'll be able to have like geo tagging of things. And because this is an API, somebody could build another software and use ImagFly as a part of it. So we have all the tools inside there to do almost anything you could imagine with images. So
yeah, the EXIF data is typically the data that comes off the camera, which can also include GPS coordinates as well. So it often includes,
lens and type and all that
lens
stuff.
and model, camera model, or so. And then IPTC data is like even more data that tends to be stuff like copyright, event location, addresses, author, all that kind of stuff. So it's more data. It's more data that Google can potentially look and see. It's discussions about how much of it uses whatever else, but this is structured data embedded into the images. It's not going to be bad for SEO, I would say. So that's what EXIF and IPTC is.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see right here is I've got a phone number, an email, an emails, my keywords, my test city, test by, all of this kind of stuff is coming. This right here was spin text, this whole thing. So every time this image loads to a different page, it will have different description on here. So so that's that. So yeah, it's really cool. We sort of cracked the the experiment here and made it real. So it's kind of cool.
Awesome. Well, can't wait to see it. Yeah, but yeah, people have a little play around and test. And I guess if people want to feedback or have any questions, they get in touch with you, Daryl.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah,
Or
definitely get a hold of me.
In school, maybe that might be a way to say hello.
School's good, or else Daryl.chat, either which way. But yeah, we'd love to just to have a conversation and get your feedback from it and see if it's something you could use, or if you know somebody else that could to benefit from it, tell them about it. If you know a developer or social media person that could really use the ability to build images without having to go to Photoshop and then upload it and compress it and all this kind of stuff. You can do it all on the fly with ImagFly. So
sounds good.
Yep. So where are we at? About 10 minutes to go to the top of the hour. So,
yeah. So no lifetime deal of the week. We're just so busy with other stuff. I've not got any time to look at lifetime deals or anything else. So, but yeah, it will be back another time. But when we see something good, we'll report back on it. But not for now. Are you going to want to talk anything about domain stuff, Daryl, before we go into the giveaway? Did you want to?
Well, I think I just repriced a lot of my domains. and I'm gonna see what happens from that repricing, because I had a different strategy. Just kind of following some things I was researching. I think that no question about it, if you're gonna do domain investing, I'm still a believer in GoDaddy for that, because their reach for domainers is really good. And it's very, very simple to put a
transfer. Yeah.
to do the transfer is okay now. We were having problems for a little while, but it's really, really easy, GoDaddy to GoDaddy, for a transfer. Obviously, they're going to make it like Apple makes it really easy to talk to Apple people. But as far as the way that you can put it into a network and sell it on over 100 sites, and the fact that anytime somebody does a search inside of GoDaddy, that's where you come up. Like, you'll just come right up in that. And I get a lot of traffic. I get a lot of people clicking on the ads and stuff like that. Not the ads, but the listings. So passively, I think that that's a really great way to go. And then I want to try to show you guys how I use Leads Detective. I've sold a few by just outreaching. I haven't done it an incredible amount because I'm pretty busy, but the tool can be used for that, to kind of find other people to sell domains to, and get their contact information really quickly. I showed it to Simon, the tool, and I think you were pretty impressed how quickly you could get that data on any topic. And expand it from there. Again, it's not going to have every single website. It's just a way to sort of get some leads that you can communicate to, and and sometimes it's not the people that you normally see, because we pull it off of Whois. So where we can get the data. So
yeah, we've got some people entering the giveaway already. Don's got his name in quick, and Rod S is adding it too. So people are obviously anticipating, obviously looking at the domains for 11 o'clock, which is all good. Do you want to?
Should we show the domains again? And
let's remind people
show you
what
guys.
We've got. Yeah.
This is the wheel of names I'm setting up, but right now we have 3hourdesign.com, logofuse.com, purseware.com, and shirtslogo.com. Like I said, with 3 Hour Design, you get the 3HR design as well, if you do choose that. Otherwise,
nice. And last week, I mean, these look like some excellent domains. You also have some good domains. These are not just sort of rubbish. These are things that you've genuinely made an investment in and want to share. So there's a lot of value in this. But any chance you'll be giving away another super premium $29,000 domain as verified by whatever it was? Was it Nameworth, or no? I can't remember what it was.
Nameworth said it was 29,000.
There you go.
And it was a $2,000 Estabot, which is
which is
very high for
Estabot.
Yeah. That was accountancy, and so
accountancy.
We'll take a look at these. Let's see, what do we got for time here? I'll go ahead and I
think you set the bar very high, Daryl. We can't promise super premium domains every week, but
yeah,
you got to be in it to win it, haven't you? I guess you got to watch in and see what it is. So be nice. I still like LogoFuse. I think that's a good one from a branded point of view. I think that looks quite good. But they're all good, really.
I'm just taking a look at if it's 3 Hour Design or 3 Hour. I think it's 3 Hour Design.
Yeah,
LogoFuse. I'm just getting ready to type that in so we can take a look at these. And Purseware, I think, actually has some backlinks. So we'll take a look at that. And if you guys are interested in a tool to use to get access to this, you want to throw up our
I will do.
For
there we go. For domain kicks, go.ht/kicks if you want to look at that.
And we'll get to the Estabot. I'm just typing that in right now. And if you guys want to just be patient with us, go ahead and put your names in now, and we'll go ahead and we'll add you to the wheel of names, and see if you could be a winner today on this program. I'm having problems with Estabot because I have an VPN on. VPNs don't allow it.
They don't like it. We've got lots of people entering. I mean, you'll catch these names in a second, but Tariq is there. Lucy's saying that she's very interested in a domain course. So that's, I know Lucy likes domains, so that would be great if you can follow up on that.
Yeah.
Got Stephen. Hi, David. David T's there. Good to see you, David. Got Miles, Stefan, Walter McRae is saying hello. Got Mike. So yeah, good to see you guys. Good to
So we're
have you
going
with
to start
us.
over from the beginning.
Colin's there. Good to see Colin as well.
Yes, sir. All
Colin
right.
provided some very helpful feedback on my template. Actually, I was talking to him in the school group, so much appreciated for your comments there, Colin. So good stuff.
All right, Walter, I'll put them in here.
Yeah, Walter.
Let's take a look. Miles. So yeah, so do you want to recap anything that we talked about? I think this would be a good place to
yeah, I can recap. I mean, we had a bit of an introduction about some of the stuff that we're working on, including me dabbling with a bit of TikTok, and you working on various different projects from ImagFly to MWB and all the things you've got on. I talked a bit about Menterprise. I've been working on a Webflow template and overlay, and just shared some stuff there about how in a couple of weeks, I've already seen some good impressions coming in on the campaign, which is focused on skip hire. And I actually even had my first commission from a lead gen that I'd got off that site, which is pretty amazing, really, within 2 weeks, because it's literally had no content 2 weeks ago. So that was good. And then we talked about ImagFly and the stuff that you're trying to launch there as well, adding IPTC data, EXIF data, adding text over the images, all sort of fancy stuff you're doing. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. You did a demo adding it to Magic Page plugin, but I'm going to see if I can add it to my Webflow template, because I think that would be really cool if we could add in those kind of optimized images onto Menterprise. That's going to be good. And I know you're going to try and make it work with MWB as well. So yeah, that looks pretty cool, to be honest. So you just need to get it launched, so get everyone out so they can use it. But you did say that people can go onto imagefly.com if you are interested in testing it, not for development use. Don't use it with a client. It may not work. It may, there may be a bug as it's going through final testing. So please take a look at it. And if you've got any feedback on imagefly.com, get in touch with Daryl through the school group or through Daryl.chat, and you can provide any feedback on that. But yeah, I think it's very exciting. I think the fact that you're making it compatible with just like a general WordPress template, it's going to open up a whole load of possibilities. It's not only for some of the mass page stuff you're doing. I think you're going to be able to make it work for a lot of other different types of users. It's a much bigger market out there. So yeah. So then we brought up, and we're back up to here on our wheel of names. So I don't know if it looks like you're up to date on the list there, if you've got everyone.
Yeah, I think I do. Take a look, and if you guys don't see your name on the wheel of names, let me know. Otherwise, we'll be giving away one of these domains here tonight in just a few moments. 3hourdesign.com, logofuse.com, purseware.com, and shirtslogo.com. You kind of have shirtslogo.com would be a great print on demand website. I think Purseware would be a good e-commerce website. Logo Fuse would be great for digital marketing or design agency, and 3 Hour Design could also be good for digital marketing as well. So if you were here kind of coming in late, my 3 hour domain, 3 hour design domain was about how is it that you could spend 3 hours with a client after you build a site to kind of tweak and tune it, or build the site, the second half of the site build with them as a co-pilot. And so that was the whole idea on that. And so I have the 3hrdesign.com and 3hourdesign.com. All right, so here we are. It is now about 2 minutes before the hour. Last call for names for the wheel of names, and we'll see who can pick this up today as their domains. Be sure to tell other people about your Sunday lives. While we're waiting, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and give a like on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. Give a like to the show. We always appreciate that. And if you haven't already subscribed, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's been growing quite a bit. We're up to 1.81K. So I'm pretty happy about that for the subscribing count. And it's getting better.
Yeah,
so
nearly on
people...
the 2K has grown, which has been good. But yeah, 1.8 at the moment. That's right.
Yeah, so we're getting there. So thank you everybody for your subscription to the channel. We do really appreciate your support, and definitely hit the thumbs up, people.
Hit the like button. Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
I like it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well done.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here we are. It is now time to spin the wheel. Are you ready, Simon?
Yeah, I'm good. Spin it.
All right, here we go. We're spinning the wheel. Let's see what happens. We don't have Tim Judge. We do have Don S. Let's see. Oh, David T might be the dude. David
nice.
Tulloch,
Well done,
how are
David.
you? Congratulations. Yeah. We have a winner.
David nearly won it last week, actually. So maybe this is karma. He wins it this week.
That's right. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah. Yes. Nice. That's so cool, man. He likes his domains as well. So congratulations.
I actually had a chat with David just this week, actually. We were talking about domain investing and various different things. So I know David does love his domain. So that's great. Awesome.
Congratulations. Wow. That's awesome. We'll go ahead and we'll bring up the domains so you can take a look on the screen. So you can see whether you would like e-commerce, print on demand, design, or digital marketing. We got a big variety of names here today. The stretches a wide variety, and you can decide which one you want here, or you can just tell me. You'll decide later. He says he'll connect later, so we'll do that. No problem.
You press it, Daryl.
Oh yeah,
you press it.
I will connect later. He says so. That's great. Great job. Hey there, Jeff. David Tulloch. Lucky. Nice. All right, guys. So
that's great.
Cool.
Yeah, well done, David. That's good. I know David tunes in most weeks, so it's nice to see one of our regular viewers winning that. So that's all good. But yeah, awesome.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, David. And you guys could win a domain as well here. Oh, wait. You know what I should do? I didn't go to Nameworth to see what those are worth. So let's do that. And maybe this could help him to decide if there's any value. Because
David's probably looking at it already. He might be already on there.
Yeah, that could be what he's doing right now. Let's take a look and see.
Thanks for everyone's messages. Everyone's very kind of gracious, aren't they? If they don't win it, they normally say congrats or whatever, which is nice.
Great people in here. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Shootslogo.com. All right. Let's take a look. Let's see what happens here.
You gonna put the screen up?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
There. Let me change that. Yeah. What are we doing here?
All right. Buttons at the same time. That's what's happening.
All right. So it's a high value premium shirts logo, $44.50. Purse wear is a high value premium, $54.50. Logo fuse is $17.50. And the 3-hour designs, we're not seeing anything there, but let me go ahead and take a look and see what GoDaddy says, because these are, fairly high amounts, Let's take a look.
I mean, shirts logo is going to be a keyword anyway, isn't it? So that's probably valued that high. Yeah. I
sold Shirt Dash, I think, last year for $3K. So
there you go.
Yeah. The highest values here are purse wear and logo. Actually, shirt logo is $14.34 on GoDaddy. So that's pretty nice.
Good sign.
Logo fuse is $13.18. So when you start to break the 1,400 mark, that starts to show that that's a domain that's got some value. To people, these are actual numbers. Like they base it on values that they've seen, because they see a lot of domain sales because of their affiliation with Afternic, and unit registry. So so that's really cool. So let us know, David, which one is good for you. And that's you got to find. I always say to go with something that you could not just sell, but something that you could say, well, I could also use this if I need to, if I don't sell it, right? because a site that has no web or a URL or a domain that doesn't have a website is never worth as much as one that has cash flow and is doing well. Because even if somebody wants to buy it off you, let's say you're making a few $1,000s a year off of it, at least you can say, well, I'm already making money on it. You have now some leverage to say, okay, I'm not going to let this go for less than 10K because I'm getting, 3,000 recurring per year, and I could build this up to 5,000 or 10,000 over time. So it's a good place to find yourself, build something really quick and something that's ready to go, and you can do that. I've actually heard people doing that with Menterprise domains. Is that they'll get them up to a certain point, they'll get enough backlinks, they'll get a lot of activity, and they could actually sell the domain to somebody else because it has some history to it. I'm not talking about just the links that Menterprise gives it, but links start to build up when they see other sites getting links. They kind of get links, so you can kind of see, okay, well, now you've got some backlinks, now you got something of equity that belongs to that domain. For the most part. So so it's really cool. Thank you guys. Any questions while we're here? We're getting ready to wrap the show, but do anybody have any questions for Simon or myself? I'd love to hear from you. Let's see. Anybody? I don't see any questions coming in, but thank you guys. I really appreciate you all for stopping by, and we will get together next week. And don't forget, Simon has his program that helps with mass page architect, and he has a mastermind that he does on Mondays. So I've heard really great things about it. So I'd love to have you guys take a look at that. Is masspagearchitect.com is right?
That's right. Yeah, that's my magic page course or template. That's one thing. And then
does that also have the mastermind, or is that a separate link?
Separate link for that. So that's Simon
Simon's
Coach.
Coaching.
There we go.
Simon Coach. Whoops, sorry.
It's that one. I think the other one was an old one, but yeah, it's Monday night. We talk about mass page building, local SEO, AI content, automation, that kind of stuff. So yeah,
nice.
I think there's a few people watching already in the group actually. So yeah,
that's awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Have yourselves a wonderful week ahead if I don't see you in the group. And let me know if you have any feedback on ImagFly, and we will be talking to you very, very soon. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See ya. Bye now.